How many traders are struggling with the idea of trying to pick a instrument or market to trade, and you only have, let's say, roughly $1,000 saved away in your account? Okay, now this is money that you have, worked hard for. You spent time, putting $100 here, putting $100 there. Each month you saved a certain amount of money and put it into an account, like a piggy bank in a sense, but it's not money that you're using at your disposable to pay, your bills with, okay? The mortgage or the car note or the child's daycare or things of that nature. This is money you've actually set into a different pot or pool of money that you have been saving so that you can get ready at some point to be able to use that money to open up, your own personal trading account. And again, we're talking about with $1,000. I'm going to give you just kind of what I would do from my standpoint if I was limited with funding, but I had some money in which I could get started with trading today, because it's different than it was when I first started. There was no micro markets, and I recommend to traders that always ask me, should I go micros or e-minis? And I always say, well, how much money do you have to start with? And most times, it's roughly $500, $1,000, $2,000. I would stick and stay safely in the realm of trading micro futures only until you can build up a few more $1,000s to be able to maybe switch over and start trading the full-on e-minis. And sometimes, a lot of times people make the decision to just stick with the micros because they just feel as if they are into a losing trade, that they're not getting hit heavy. And you can actually make good money trading the micro markets, all depending on, how many contracts you're trading on each trade, on a daily basis. But I mean, you could trade several contracts on the micros and still come out making good money on a daily basis. More money than most people make, at a regular job somewhere, okay? That's the beauty about these markets, about trading. Even though, don't believe or buy into the hype of, trading is gambling. It is really a not a true job or a way to make money. Well, people who don't make money in this business, they always got something to say. You're always going to have negativity, okay? Those are individuals that tried it, okay, or maybe not have tried it and they just don't know much about it, or have tried it and got burnt blowing accounts multiple times and they gave up on it. All right. For me, when I first started trading, I will say this: I didn't put a lot of money into it, and I recommend when you first start trading, don't tie yourself to large amounts of money into what you're looking to. Oh, I'm ready to start trading live, and you put a bunch of money into the pot or into your personal trading account, and then you blow it. That's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth to where you're not going to want to do this ever again, okay? All right? Or your spouse may say, hey, you just blew several months of mortgage payments, so what are we going to do now? Because next month or the next few months, we're going to be out, on the street somewhere. So don't put yourself or your family in jeopardy like that. Always educate yourself the proper way. And I'll talk about on this channel, a strategy that I use that it's very successful if you trade it right. That's the thing about trading as well. So many people say, well, this strategy didn't work, this strategy didn't work. You can't train someone or teach someone how to get rid of their habits, okay? Maybe there's something you're doing that's incorrect. Maybe you're revenge trading. You're trying to take every trade that looks appealing or appeasing to you. You have to, and I talk about this multiple times, is become a patient person. If you're not patient, you're irrational, you're not logical, you're going to find yourself in a whirlwind of trouble because you're going to constantly be losing money and blowing accounts, and you're going to get very angry in doing so. So don't point the finger at someone else, even though they try to show you something. Like right here, I pretty much am giving information away about a strategy and how I trade that allows me to become profitable and make money each and every day. One thing that I've worked on myself, one thing I've never been is a greedy person, okay? I take what I can get and humble myself each day in the markets, take what I can get and move on, okay? That's how I do it. That's how you grow an account, all right? If you got one winning good trade, then be done for the day, all right? Tops 2 trades. The more you spend time in doing or in the markets or into a trade, back to back to back, you're going to take a losing trade. The profits you made that day, you're going to end up losing everything, and then you're gonna have to start over from scratch, or you may blow that account. And it's nothing worse than feeling as if I saved $1,000 and then I blew it within a day's time. Nothing worse than that. All right. So make sure you know what you're doing first and foremost. All right. The markets that I would recommend, the instruments that I would recommend is, of course, the indices. I believe truly the indices are probably some of the best markets to actually trade. You've got the NASDAQ, futures, the S&P 500 futures. You got the Dow, the Russell. You got 4 markets at your disposal that you can actually trade. But I would start off because each one of those has a micro market in which you can trade. Now, people ask, well, I don't want to trade the micros because the fact is the tick value is so low. How am I going to grow or build an account? It's possible. We have people that do it right here on the channel that are part of the Discord. Many of them have passed prop firm evaluations and are trading still micros to this day. Okay, they got used to it. Some of them have passed multiple evaluations, have multiple multiple accounts, and are using trade copiers, they call them, to be able to make money. So instead of like moving over to the full-on E-minis, they have 5, 10 accounts of trading with a trade copier and making money. All right, think about it. If you have a trade copier, if you got 10 accounts passed, and you trade just making $100 on the micros per day, and you're trading that 10 times, okay, because you got 10 accounts you're trading with, what is that? It's $1,000 a day you could do, okay? So it makes sense. I understand why they're doing it, okay? Nothing wrong with doing it. You got to find your edge in these markets and be smart about and logical about doing it, okay? That's the thing and how you grow an account slowly, even with the micro markets. But you have to have, some money to get into this business. Again, I'm recommending and telling individuals as far as which markets or what instruments. The markets, micros. The instruments, the micro indice markets is what I would trade. The NASDAQ 100 micros, the S&P 500, which is the micro E-mini S&P 500 micros, the Russell micros. They're all good markets. A lot of people don't, they ask the question, well, what is the symbol? It's going to be dependent upon your broker. For example, the Dow is the YM. Okay. It could be the YM, depending on the quarter that we're actually in right now. Okay. Because each one of those markets have a monthly quarter attached to them. You have the the HMUZ, okay, contract, I should say. And it's tied based upon a quarter, okay? So we're getting ready to move out of the U contract into the last contract of the year, which is the Z contract. So, if you should be at some point here soon to be rolling over at some point in the near future. But anyways, I would definitely stick with the micro markets. They are great markets to trade with. I don't trade the micros because I built my account up and I have no need to trade the micros. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing for those that are, again, limited to a small amount of funds. Talking about $1,000. Can you do it with $500? Yes, I've done a video on that as well, talking about it. But it's all about you as a person. You've got to train yourself and work on yourself to be patient. Patient leads to being able to be consistent, profitable trader. Okay. And then in time, again, you can build that account up. So yes, it is extremely possible with taking just $1,000, trading the micros, compounding, flipping an account. I'm not saying overnight. I'm just saying growing it in time to where you can become a successful trader. And maybe you want to do this full time. All right. If you don't, then you can definitely be making some part-time money to take your family on vacation with, pay down the debt. All right. Pay the car note off. All right. Eventually pay the house note off. This is what I'm talking about. Gaining a sense of financial freedom, cutting the ties, all right, to where now all you're doing is building up net worth, okay, in a sense, to where now all you're doing is putting yourself in a better position, you and your family, to now you've cut your ties from all debt. That's the end all goal, right? Is that, and then when because we're not going to be here on this earth forever. When we do leave, we can leave behind, all right, something for our families. We don't ever want to, position ourselves or put our families in a situation to where, they're not going to know how to take care of things when we leave, right? We've got to do better at positioning and putting our families in good positions because, nothing is guaranteed in life. All right. Nothing is guaranteed. But, life is a gift for one. So you have to understand that. And then when we leave, we have to make sure we have our duckies in a row so that our family can be taken care of. All right. So understand that piece too. But yeah, I'm just telling you, when it comes to the markets or the instruments to trade, the indices are a sweet spot, especially when it comes to the micros, and you only got that $1,000 to do so with. Give it a try. Okay. But I just want to share that with you guys today because people always ask me, if I'm limited to funds, where can I start at? Which markets can I trade? All right. So here it is. Okay. If you're not a subscriber right now, please take the time to go ahead, click on the sub button. You see that subscribe button? Make sure to click on it. But also make sure to turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. I don't want you to miss any great content. And if you're a first-time viewer, spend some time watching the videos. Okay? I can almost assure you if you do, you're going to catch on to the strategy because it's nothing that's overcomplicated. I don't make the strategy overcomplicated. Okay? Have you ever heard the term confluence? Confluence is on your side. I feel like I'm like a State Farm commercial in a sense. But what I'm trying to say is that the more confluence that you have, I use multiple charts using a top-down analysis. And basically, I'm using two charts, a higher base and a lower base chart. Trading supply and demand. Watch the videos and you'll slowly start to understand how I trade. Okay? For all those that are elite members and you're getting the full-on edge, you're getting the trade breakdowns, thank you for supporting, being loyal supporters as well, and supporting me as a content creator. I appreciate that. For a very, very inexpensive fee of only $6.99, you can gain access to a whirlwind of, or a slew of videos to where I walk you through trade setup after setup after setup so that you can grasp an understanding of the type of trades that I'm taking, why I'm taking those trades, the full-on mindset of what I was thinking leading up to taking those trades, where I'm taking profit at, where I'm putting my stop at, things of that nature so that you grasp and understand it, and I'll walk you through the setups covering the supply and demand trades. Okay, so if you're interested in becoming an elite member, again, I appreciate everyone who is an elite member and gaining access to the trade breakdown videos, the video playlist, and that great video that I did covering market structure, because that's important, guys. I talk about that, and I always hammer it and beat that topic to death here on this channel because market structure is important. There's a great market structure video. It's like a market structure 101 video that I did. And I place it on that private community for those individuals that are elite members. So for $6.99, I'm not charging you hundreds of dollars. I'm not charging thousands of dollars. I'm just putting that information out there, and just in time, I thank you guys for supporting my efforts as a content creator. And I think that's a very, for just a very inexpensive fee, just being able to provide so much more additional content for those that are interested. I'm not saying you have to, okay? But the link to become an elite member is down in the description portion of the video for anyone who is interested. You'll see two links. The first one is that Discord link. Come over and join us on the Discord. The second one is going to be to become an elite member. Click on it. 2 tiers are going to pop up. Make sure to choose one for $6.99, and you'll gain direct access to those videos, okay? Outside of that, I really appreciate everyone that's spending time watching the videos. And if you're not watching the videos, then you're going to miss a lot of quality information and content that I cover on the daily. Yes, I pump out and push a lot of videos out on a daily basis because I want to see people, one, become successful. I want people to understand the strategy and how I actually trade. I'm not forcing you to trade the way I do, but I'm putting it out there so that you can understand a better version or a simpler way to be able to do this on a daily basis. And hopefully it makes sense to you. If not, chop it up, cut it up, move on to the next thing, okay? I'm not going to sit here and hold anyone's hands because I have given plenty of information to where if you cannot educate yourself by watching the videos, then you may need to move on. But I'm telling you, it's self-explanatory if you really watch the videos, okay? Outside of that, I appreciate everyone watching on a daily basis. If you would graciously take the time right now, and if you found value in today's video, and this helped maybe uplift you, provided you an answer as far as the instruments or markets to actually trade, if you're limited to funding and you actually saved up $1,000, then, and I've answered your question, please do me the biggest favor and drop a like on today's video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a fabulous weekend.